Oh, oh, ew, what the freak? Where the hell? Well, you were knocked out, maybe with Joy-Con gripper, while you were watching Gacha Club videos with Kirby for views. What? How do you even know that? Well, let's just say that we got it from an outside source.
Specifically, a dinosaur. Come out, boss. Well, you're right there, but just tell him who you are.
Hello, Armani. Have you seen my mafiaoso? They're the toughest guys I think I know. What the heck, dude? I thought you got shanked the last time we met. Oh, also, did you get a British accent or is that just me? Well, somehow I managed to survive that shanking that happened last time I met you. Anyways, what I need from you is what they need from you. Tell them, boys. Give us the goods, Terry Bogard wannabe, huh? What goods are you talking about?
Whoa, give us the delicioso already.
But why? Spill the baked beans, daddy-o. Well, there is beans in the microwave, you guys. Yeah, but they're not your Super Pac-Man and Pac Pal discussion video. That's all you guys just wanted? That's really all you guys wanted, right? Yes, we must require it, or else. Boys?
Yeah?
Get the bomb ready. Guys, this is literally just a standard YouTube. Armani, if you do not act right now and give us the video, we will explode. This whole Switch, this whole house will just explode. Well, it won't really, but it will explode your system. I could just show you it right now if you want. I mean, about time you listen to our demand.
Mario, can you just shut up?
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited for this video!
You guys are brain. Sequels to popular arcade games is a topic that's always fascinated me, like Space Invaders Part 2 is literally the same game, but color. Crazy Climber 2 improves the OG with new graphics while adding cutout babes in the process. But then there's DK Jr., a big derivative from the original with emphasis on climbing vines. DK3, however, is even more different, with you shooting DK away from your... Okay, no, this is too far, but you get what I'm saying. And obviously, a game like Pac-Man needed a sequel during its 80s prime. Now, the first attempt was GCC's Super Pac-Man. This ended up, however, getting changed to, of course, Miss Pac-Man. But the thing is, Miss Pac-Man was not entirely official. See, Midway helped with this one, but it never came to Japan with Namco that would require licensing and such. Unless you count that one random Pac-Man cafe, but we don't talk about that one as much as we want to. So, it isn't technically a true sequel because Namco released Super Pac-Man. Not GCC's Super Pac-Man, which was the prototype to Miss Pac-Man, but Namco's Super Pac-Man. You have Superman, the Man of Steel, the cool guy. Super Mario, he can eat mushrooms, he can do all this cool stuff. RPGs, Super Sonic, could go flying around all over the place, very pointless in later games, but who cares? Super Bonk, that random SNES game that was in this random series made by Hudson, who also made Bomberman, and it stars a caveman who goes back in time and goes into the future, so I'm kind of confused. I don't even know what's happening. Super Size Me? But then, there's Super Pac-Man. And the game itself, where's the maze? Yeah, remember the genius cornering in Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man's mazes? Well, that's just completely gone. Instead, you have to open up these small closed sections with fruit and food inside by getting a key, or using the green pellet. This green pellet is actually known as the super pellet. It helps you get big and squish the ghosts. It's not as satisfying, though it's still fun wreaking havoc around the maze, quote-unquote. There's also this random slots thing in the middle that gives you bonus score depending on the things you get. Mamma mia, this is such a good video. Well, Mario, we're not even done watching it, so... Say, Armani, can you explain why her name is Miss Pac-Man even though she's married? Say, can you repeat that? Oh wait, I forgot something. The bonus stages. They're not really anything noteworthy, but they are pretty fun. And you can't forget about the intermissions. I prefer these to the original Pac-Mans because, well, look at it, he just tramples them. Oh no, run, Pac, run! Ah, it's a bunch of middle-aged men! The music's strangely grating, though. In my honest opinion, I think they don't compare to Miss Pac-Man's intermissions, though. Those are just way more fun in my opinion. Away from the intermission talk, the super pellet in this game kinda invalidates the power pellets. Even if it doesn't let you eat the ghosts, you could still unlock gates without the keys, which I think is better than a power pellet, since it's much more convenient. I think the whole closed sections idea is good, but to me, when you're comparing it to the original vanilla Pac-Man, it doesn't have the same preciseness. That game's appeal to me is the amount of flexibility in the mazes. You could potentially get chomp blocked by the ghosts in these sections. I think the super pellet gimmick does round it out a fair bit, however. Kinda like literally of any other arcade game at the time, this game gets repetitive. But unlike vanilla Pac-Man, it feels samey way quicker, and it kinda loses that vanilla game's appeal. I like the extra skill here, but it doesn't land the same for me. It's still fun, but it just doesn't feel right, you know? Maybe that's my hardcore Pac nerd bias.
So, you don't like the game?
Let my old self explain, please. Overall, I think Super Pac is a fun time with the extra fruits that it brings alongside the original fruits, like donuts. West for donuts in Pac-Man. Probably some random guy in the 80s complaining with a letter or something. But Super Pac doesn't have the same power as Vanilla Pac or Pac even Miss Pac. It has good ideas, but something isn't as precise and gets old quicker than before. Maybe as its own, it might be a much better game, but for now, it's mostly just kind of there. I still do really like it, though. There's a charm to it. Hold on, let me go on a side tangent real quick about the midway art for this game. Like, what is this? Did he put on mascara or something? I can excuse the art for the original Pac-Man game, because they didn't understand Pac that way, and it has charm. Here, they tried being like the Japanese artist. Seriously, Super's Japanese flyer looks wonderful with charm oozing all over the place. But this is just goofy. I don't know, something about it's just really funny to me.
Hey, that wasn't bad.
Yeah,
that's the worst video I've ever You know, that video is gonna help us leave you off the hook. You could be free to watch more boring, cringe gotcha videos with Kirby for views.
But you will never tell anyone about these events, or we'll brainwash you and you'll forget about Kirby, a smug geek, you'll forget about your cousin who cameoed in Sand Quest Episode 5. You'll forget about your sister's Nick. Anyways, thanks for your time with us, Mr. A. No problem?
Poyo, 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 poyo!
Oh. Oh no. Oh, Switch. Are you okay?
Spin dash into a new zone. Sonic's latest action adventure kicks off on the vibrant Starfall Islands, home to a mysterious civilization. Here, you can freely dash through a vast open zone, taking full advantage of Sonic's speed.
Huh? Pac Pal?
Poyo, 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 poyo. Poyo, 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 poyo.
Fine, Kirby, I'll do it.
Guys, I think I'm dead.
I guess Super was doing well. I guess well enough to warrant a sequel. Pac Pal. It is a bit strange of a sequel, add that to the fact it never left Japan. It was coming to the US with a reskin, including Chomp Chomp, instead of this obvious Kirby lookalike joke I can make right now. Unfortunately, it never made it to the market. Thankfully, it's now been dumped online for me to talk about. The only real difference is just Chomp Chomp. That's literally it. Anyways, let me just talk about Pac Pal's gameplay, or whatever it is. It uses the same closed sections idea from Super Pac-Man, though it is a little smaller. Another difference being that instead of keys, you use cards? I guess it's magic, or like... So, if it's magic, then why isn't the game called Packing Cards? Another big key difference is the super pellet isn't back. And also the power pellets! Wow! Oh man! So the main defining thing of Pac-Man is just completely gone. To sort of pseudo-replace those pellets, you have items from other classic Namco titles. You could do some smoke with the Rally X car, or maybe confuse some ghosts with the item from Galaxian. You know those things that, like, they take you up? Yeah, I guess you could just confuse them now. That's nice. It's admittedly a fun idea, and honestly, they're pretty fun to use. They're more useful than I thought, though it's still weird to remove the pellets entirely. And to top it all off, there's Miru. Her main thing is that she takes your stuff, that bozo. The stolen items will still give you points, but it's just more fun getting everything. You can just run and let her do all the work, but that's not me. And plus, the game is kind of rude, since with so few advantages, the ghosts get tough. Maybe that's just me.
Poyo, 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 poyo. Just let me continue.
The bonus stages this time around are flipping a card and hoping there isn't a ghost under there. You could sometimes find Miru under the cards, which I find to be pretty fun to get. I really do dig the smug face the ghosts do, like, thanks a lot, smug shagger looking ghost. Oh, and who cannot forget the intermissions, right? Waiting. Any second now.
Hey guys, I'm still dead, by the way.
Besides all that, there's this little cover thing. Yeah, Pac Pal is pretty much just Super Pac-Man, but there's some weird stuff here and there. Personally, I think both of these games are good, but the Vanilla and Miss Pac-Man will always be my preferred versions of the classic Pac-Man formula. There is potential with these ideas that are presented in the games, but hey, they are both interesting, even despite the missed potential, as part of Pac history. After these games release, Namco would just keep going with the good old original, though Super would also get interesting releases time to time. The slightly bizarre Pac-In version, or the insane mobile stuff. Or heck, just being in a good old Namco museum from time to time. PAL, on the other hand, it didn't get as much re-releases or mentions in later media, but it did get a remix in Championship Edition NES as the results theme, and it was even included in Namco Museum Remix, while the first Pac-Man wasn't until Megamix for some reason. Both Super Pac-Man and Pac Pal would even be included in Pac-Man Museum, the one with the ugly ghostly adventures models. Ugh, I don't know why, but Paxer just really creeps me out in this game. These characters definitely look better in the show, just trust me on that. Besides all that, this collection was still pretty good, but the lineup was mostly maze games, unless you don't consider Pac Attack or Pac-Man Battle Royale. And then, out of nowhere, only 8 years later, after the release of Museum, and only 2 years after the listing of it, we got Pac-Man Museum Plus. Let me just say this right now, this collection is really good. Yeah, the options for the games might be kind of meh, the CRT filter especially looks pretty disgusting, I guess. And the latency on the controlling is also kind of stupid, especially in the old maze games, and some other random nitpicks that some random guy on Twitter is going to talk about. Even despite all of that, I still think it's a really good collection. You have this fun little arcade you could customize with all the items you get throughout the game or by doing the missions that the game gives you. You could get coins which you can use on the arcade games or get like these fun little statues. Heck, you can even unlock music from the games included, and even some new tracks too, like Pac Never Packs, well, whatever kind of dumb name that is. There is no Miss Pac-Man, but come on now, I ain't about to pass a round of Pac-Motos. This was a fine enough way to get footage for the games, and even check out some of the more, interesting games. Hey, anybody remember Pac-In-Time? Honestly, I could probably just make a whole review on this collection, but for now, I think I'm gonna save that for another time. Alright, now get me out of here!
Poyo, poyo, poyo.
Time to strike!
This is what you get for killing me!
Puyo, puyo, puyo! Alright, it's time to end your wrath, Brad dude. Puyo, 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 puyo? Oh god, no!